Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. We have a global audience here today. So wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's the US, East Coast, West Coast, the UK, and even Canada, Happy New Year, and thank you so much for joining us. My name is Carla, and I'm a marketing manager on Nextdoor Small Business team, and it is a huge honor to be here with you all, especially as we kick off 2023. I know the new year brings a fresh start. It's also a great time to refresh your marketing strategy for your business and really start investing in your reputation. And I'm so excited to have this opportunity to walk you through how you can use Nextdoor to invest in your business's reputation starting now and throughout the whole year. And so before we get started, I do want to go over a few housekeeping items. And the first is that if you do have a question that comes up during the webinar, please utilize the Q&A box. Feel free to type your questions into there. I have some of my team that's here with me, and they're going to do their best to be able to directly answer your questions. Again, write your questions in the Q&A box. If they do come up, and my team will do their best, you'll see their name at Nextdoor. That's how you know that it's somebody from our Nextdoor team that is responding to you. Second, we absolutely value feedback here at Nextdoor. And so at the end of the webinar, there's going to be a survey that pops up on your screen. So please take a few minutes to fill that out. Your opinion really matters to us, and it helps us improve webinars that we offer in the future, as well as other content that we put out for you. So please take a few minutes, answer those questions, let us know what stood out, and that'll pop up when we wrap up the webinar. And lastly, we are recording this webinar, and so we'll be sending out that replay along with additional resources by email within 48 hours. So if you want access to that replay, again, know that we are recording and we'll have that emailed out to you within the next 2 days. Okay, so now that the housekeeping items are out of the way, let's jump right into why we are all here today and all about learning how we can use Nextdoor to invest in our reputations. And so the goal for you is to walk away with some best practices on how to make your business page stand out. Now, if you are new to Nextdoor and not sure what a business page is, don't worry, we are going to cover that in just a bit. But first, just a few other things that you're going to be walking away with after this webinar. That includes tips on how you can build buzz around your business with faves and recommendations on Nextdoor. And we'll also provide you with some key resources on how you can use Nextdoor to grow your business all year long. So before we jump into those tips and resources, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the macro environment that we're all in right now. Globally, I know we're all facing an uncertain economy. And here at Nextdoor, we really want to show up for small businesses, whether we're in good times, bad times, uncertain times. We really want to be here for you. And we know that it's more important than ever for your business to be top of mind among customers. And so with that comes investing in your reputation. And so I wanted to just share a few insights that we've collected just in surveying some small businesses across the US. And we just wanted to highlight what we're hearing from them. Although things are uncertain, it does seem positive. And so going into this year, we know that 92% of small businesses say that local customers are either going to be extremely important or very important to their business. And this is especially true, at least here on Nextdoor. You are going to be able to be plugged into your local community. And so it's really encouraging to know that, local customers matter. They matter a lot to small businesses. And despite rough waters, we know that 79% of small business owners either feel positive or very positive about the outlook of their business. And so despite the uncertainty, it is really encouraging to know that there is still positive sentiment and that business owners across the country and around the world have their chins held high and are ready to take on this year. And the last side is that 78% of businesses anticipate that recommendations are going to be the number one way that they're going to grow their business this year. And so really, I share all this just to give a little bit more color on how small business owners are feeling and really illustrate why this year, it's going to be so important to invest in your reputation, especially at the local level. And I think Nextdoor makes it easy to do so. We'll go over those tips starting now. Well, it all starts with a free Nextdoor business page. And so when it comes to getting started on Nextdoor, you'll want to claim your business page first. If you don't have a business page, stick around, because at the end of the webinar, I'm just going to go over some of the steps on how you can do so. But in the meantime, for this moment, I just wanted to quickly go over some of the benefits of claiming your business page. And so we know that having a page allows you to easily build an online presence. It gets your business in front of your local communities. And so unlike other platforms where you have to build a following base, once you claim your page, your business will be able to be discovered by neighbors in your neighborhood right away. And with a business page, you'll also be able to share your business story. You'll gather faves, recommendations that really help build word of mouth and grow your reputation. These are tips that I'm going to go into later in the webinar, so make sure you're sticking through for the whole thing. And then lastly, with a business page, you'll be able to reach your local customers with unlimited free business posts. All right, so let us get into the meat of the webinar. Once you're all set up with your business page, the first thing that you can do to start investing in your reputation is to make your business page stand out. And so this leads to our first tip, which is to share your business story. So here's a stat. We know that 87% of Nextdoor neighbors are more likely to spend with a small business if they know that business's backstory. And so this is really important to keep in mind, because it really proves that neighbors value what you have to offer, what you got into your business, how you got into your business, and how you got started. These are the things that make your business so unique, and they could be the reason that a customer chooses you over another business. So really scream your story from the mountaintops. It's so valuable, and we know that Nextdoor neighbors really value that. And so when it comes to investing in your reputation, you really want to take the time to craft that business story. And I know it may seem like a difficult task, but the payoff is a great one. So if you don't know where to start, I am here to help you out. On your business page, there is a section that's called Our Story. This is where you want to include a few lines that introduce yourself, introduce your business. And if you feel stumped, I'm going to go over just a few tips to help you start crafting that compelling story that is going to attract those new customers. And so the first, if you're starting from a blank slate, is to go over the basics. Give the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why of your business. Really let neighbors know who you are, what products or services you offer, and share how you got started or when you came to the neighborhood. And most importantly, you want to share why you created your business. Your why is your inspiration. It is the heart of your business. And it's often, like I said earlier, what makes your business unique and what's going to be attractive to customers who are just browsing and maybe don't know about your business. The second tip when it comes to crafting your business story is to get personal. This is your story and your success, so don't be afraid to own that. And this can be something as simple as sharing what gave you the idea, the inspiration behind your business, or even sharing something more in depth, like what owning your business, what serving your community means to you, and how having your neighbor and local customer support really affects your business. And so other tips for crafting your story are to be concise and be conversational. You want potential customers to know that you're friendly and that you're mindful of their time. And you also don't forget to spotlight your accomplishments. That is huge. This is your success. Shout it out loud. And then also be sure to include a call to action. So an action that you want potential customers to take after they read your business story. You want to have that in there just so that they know what to do next. So if you look at the example on the screen, this is the business story from Blossom Coast Dental. You can see it's clear, it's concise, and you know exactly what they offer. And they also share how long they've been in business and call out some of those accomplishments. You can see they're a Nextdoor neighborhood favorite. And most importantly, they end with a call to action. Their last line really lets potential clients or patients know to give them a call to schedule their appointment. So if you're listening and you're like, yeah, I know, Carla, I already have a business story. Well, it's a brand new year and it's the opportune time, a great time to really reevaluate what you've written. Maybe you've had a few more successes, a few more accomplishments, or took on a new product or service over the last year. Always keep your story fresh and relevant. And it's something that you don't just write and it's one and done. It is ever evolving. And the new year is a good time to go back and see what can use some freshening up. So I always like to think that your story is your prime real estate. It really gives you the opportunity to guide a potential customer into taking action, and really don't sleep on it. The investment you put into crafting this story is going to pay off. Okay, so our next tip to making your business page stand out and ultimately investing in your reputation is to update your page seasonally. So we know that 62% of Nextdoor neighbors have discovered a small business on Nextdoor. And so you want to make sure your page is updated and it's relevant and it's has all the most accurate information. So when and if a neighbor comes by your page and maybe they haven't discovered you before, and this is their first time, your page has all the accurate information so you don't miss a potential business opportunity. You never want something to happen where somebody discovers you and then they go and they see that maybe your address has changed or your hours have changed, and then you miss the opportunity to attract a new customer. So keep your page updated, keep it fresh, keep it evolving with the season. And so a few ways that you can do that is to lean into seasonality. Like right now, we're at the beginning of the year, it's winter. Maybe that's kind of the messaging that you want to lean into. A lot of times people at the beginning of the year are making New Year goals and resolutions. So if there's that natural tie between a theme, like something that's trending seasonally, and your business, make sure that you're leaning into that. And so again, if you look at the example on the screen, this is Blossom Coast Dental. Here they use a business post, which is something that you have access to when you claim your business page. And they're using that post to remind clients that it's the new year and to make appointments for a cleaning if they haven't done so already. They also use this as an opportunity to let neighbors know about their extended hours for January, for all of those patients who are going to go get some fresh teeth to start the new year. And so part of updating your page seasonally is also doing an audit. So again, going back to making sure that you have accurate information on your page, like your business hours, your email, your contact, your website. Make sure all of those basic things are up to date. And then other ways to keep your page fresh for this season are to update your photos. So we're coming off the holidays. Maybe you added images to your page that are holiday related. Really use this new year to replace those with maybe some winter related photography, or even just something more evergreen that's going to last through the whole season. Just to show that, hey, we were here for the holidays, we showed up, and now boom, it's the new year. We're ready to serve you. Keep those photos updated. And so speaking of photography, this leads me to the next tip in making sure that your business page stands out, which is to use high quality imagery. Now, we know that business pages with a logo generate 7 times as many views as pages without a logo, and business pages with a photo gallery generate over 2 times as many page views as those without. And now, as you can see with those stats, photography is a really big deal. It makes your page more visible. And so I know some of you might be saying, or might be thinking, I don't have time to take photos. I'm busy running around doing everything else for my business. Or maybe there isn't enough budget for professional photography. Don't worry, because there are a few workarounds that you can incorporate that are pretty low lift and don't require you to hire a professional photographer. Now, if you are a professional photographer, we love you and we know that there is a use for you. Don't take that as any kind of discredit. This is just really to help make, for those of us who don't have those photography skills, make that a little more attainable so that we can have our business page stand out. And so the first tip here is to utilize stock image sites These are sites like Pexels or Unsplash, and there's even paid options like iStock. These platforms give you access to professional quality images without having to hire that professional photographer. But just remember, these are great for more generic shots. So if you want something that is more specific to your brand, then absolutely consider other options. That includes using your own smartphone. So many new phones now have such high quality cameras. They can even turn someone like me, a novice photographer, don't really know what I'm doing, but they allow me to take some quality images and shots so that they are decent enough to post on my website or, your business page. So really taking the time, lean into your smartphone. It can help you a lot with creating some quality content. And then other tips to consider when adding photos to your business page is really to treat that gallery like a portfolio. Your business page is kind of one of the first things a potential customer may see before they come visit you and use your service. Use it as a place to show off your best work, whether that's a before and after shot or a beautifully plated dish. You want to show all aspects of your business as well. So from your products to the people, maybe if you're in a brick and mortar, show the interior, exterior shots of what coming into your business place of business looks like, and even show off your customers, of course, with their permission. All of this helps paint a full story and allows you to do visual storytelling that is going to be even more compelling and attractive to maybe a new customer who may know nothing about you. And so the last tip here is to avoid photos with text. That's, maybe you want to use your business card as an image in your gallery. They are useful, but they can be distracting when you put them into a gallery of photos. So remember, the key here is to tell a visual story of your brand and your business and showcase what your business has to offer. Your business card can easily be used in the information section of your business page. So make sure your photos are photos and avoid text. Okay. So now we're going to move on to investing in your reputation with Nextdoor and using business recommendations and faves to build that reputation. And so on Nextdoor, Faves and recommendations are two easy and free ways to boost word of mouth marketing and showcase the trust and support that customers have for your business. So ultimately, we know trust and support, word of mouth, these are things that build your reputation. And now faves and recommendations are not the same. And so I just want to go over really quickly what the value is for each of them. And so with faves, that's the green heart icon that you see at the top of your business page that has a number displayed with it. It's the example on the left of your screen if you're looking at my slides here. When a neighbor faves your business, they do so by clicking fave. It's a button on your page. And when they do so, your business is going to show up on the fave section of their account. And faving your business also signals to Nextdoor that this is a neighbor who wants to see more updates from you on their newsfeed. Now, a recommendation is a written endorsement from a neighbor, and that usually has them sharing why they love and support your business. Maybe it was a good experience that they had, great service. Recommendations are displayed on the recommendations section of your business page, and they're also displayed in Nextdoor's newsfeed, which helps to get your business discovered by other neighbors. And now, one thing to note, while both faves and recommendations are shown on your business page, your faves count, is what appears next to your business everywhere you show up on Nextdoor. So it's going to be your business name, logo, and then the faves count with that icon. And then also written recommendations aren't going to increase the number of faves you have. So for example, we'll use low numbers here, but like you have 5 faves. If somebody writes 10 recommendations, that's still 5 faves, 10 recommendations, not 15 faves. And so how do you go about getting more faves and recommendations on Nextdoor? So the first and perhaps the easiest way is to simply share your business page. So we know that with just one recommendation on your page, you can have 3 times more business page views and 4 times more direct messages. So to share your business page, you're just going to want to go to the page tab on your business account. And from there, you're going to see an arrow icon with the word share next to it. If you click on that, that's going to pop up with your unique page link. And that's the link that you're going to want to use to share out your business page and get customers to fave you or recommend you. And so once you have that link, there are a lot of ways to ask customers to fave or recommend your business. I'll just go over a few examples. So that includes mentioning your page after doing business with a customer or client in person. So maybe you just ring somebody up at your restaurant. Make sure you mention Nextdoor and hand them, just say, find us on Nextdoor, and then make sure they know where your page is. Or that could be a follow-up or a confirmation email if you do online ordering, and you can link to your business page there. You can also include your link and make the ask similar to that follow-up email in all of your marketing emails. You could also do that in your social media post. And you can also add a link to your business page on your website if you have one. There are so many places to share this link, and these are just a few to get your brains thinking and ideas flowing. And so to make it easier for you, our team has actually put together a guide to getting faves and recommendations on Nextdoor. My team is going to drop a link to that article into the chat right now. So make sure you're bookmarking that. This guide has tips on how to get more faves. It also includes downloadable assets that you can use for your own marketing. We have website banners, email banners, and even a poster that you can print out and put on your storefront if you have a physical space. And then we even include some templates to make it easier for you to make that ask for customers. So all those resources are there. Make sure you click on the link in the chat, save, bookmark, and then you are going to be set with how to get more faves on Nextdoor. So another way to build buzz around your business with faves and recommendations is to ask your customers to spread the word. And so we know that 78% of neighbors are more likely to trust a business when it's recommended by a neighbor on Nextdoor. And that's so important to keep in mind, because when customers talk about your business, it carries a lot of significance, because those people will be more open to supporting your business simply because the recommendation came from a person that they trust. Personally, when I'm looking for new businesses, for example, my husband and I recently replaced our windows in our new home. We went to our neighbors first. We have similar homes in our neighborhood, and we just wanted to know who our neighbors use, because they obviously did a good job, and if they trust them, if they trusted that window business, then we knew we could too. And we ultimately went with a neighbor recommendation, and we're very satisfied with the work they did on our house. So again, these recommendations, they carry a lot of weight. They help build trust around your business. And when a neighbor trusts you, other neighbors are more likely to as well. So here are some ways to ask customers to help spread the word about your business. And the first is to simply invite neighbors to share your page. Again, that unique business page link that I showed you how to get earlier, share that and just make the ask. You can also ask customers who've previously recommended your business to share it on their own social media channels and then link to your business page. So have them maybe post to their Facebook, Instagram, whatever that is, and talk about your business, but then include a link to your business page. And then you can also invite neighbors to fave your business as they go. When they fave your business, again, I mentioned it signals to Nextdoor that neighbor wants to hear more updates from you. And so this is a good way, just by asking neighbors to do that, to give you a fave, to build that count and really invest in your reputation that way. And so another idea to build buzz around your business, and perhaps this is my favorite tip because I'm all about working smart, not harder. And that's to use recommendations that you already have as content. So I think, why come up with something new when you can share something that's already been written and it's powerful? So we know that 72% of neighbors have been influenced by a recommendation. And so the more that you can use the recommendations that you have about your business and get the word out, the more likely a potential customer is going to see that and be influenced by it. And so here are 2 ways that you can put this tip into action. The first is that you can share the recommendation on a business post or share it as a post on your other social media channels. And then you can also highlight recommendations on your website. So maybe your site has a page where you spotlight some different reviews. You can take some of those recommendations on Nextdoor and also feature them on your website. And so you can see the example on the screen. Oasis Landscaping took a recommendation that was left by a neighbor, and then they turned it into a business post. And so not only are they engaging with potential customers by sharing a post, they're also proving that they are a reputable business by sharing their customers' opinion on their business, and it's a positive one. And so one thing to note before sharing your recommendations, you always want to try to get the person who left that recommendations first. So maybe that's just a friendly message or comment responding to the recommendation and just saying, see if it's okay that you can share it. All right. So at this point, you probably heard me say that recommendations are a powerful tool, and they really are. But I think one better way to illustrate that than to hear from real business owners themselves. I could tell you all the time how powerful they are, but it means something more when other businesses are sharing how recommendations have impacted their business. So you are looking at Ari and Louise. They are from Belfast, Northern Ireland, and they run a car detailing business called Shine Clean Car of the Letting. Ari and Louise started this as more of a side hustle, but because of the power of recommendations on Nextdoor, it really evolved into something more. And so I want you guys to just take a listen.
We opened up our business, Shine Clean Valeting, just 4 months ago. My husband, Ari, has worked in car valeting for 9 years for car washes. And we just kind of saw a gap in the market really for a premium valeting service that actually comes out to people's homes. And we knew that we could afford to go to people's homes, and we went for it. Ari was supposed to do the company as a supplement to his full-time job. We have gone full-time within 4 months. It's absolutely taken off through Nextdoor. We worked out actually just today that we get 95% of our business just from the Nextdoor platform alone. And that's just been through people writing recommendations. More, to be honest, from people posting. We have covered most of the areas now in Belfast in Northern Ireland, and that's fueled our business 6 days a week. So we're very, very grateful to Nextdoor.
Okay. So Ari and Louisa's story is so inspiring. I hope that hearing from them encourages you to really prioritize recommendations. And while everyone's business story is different, I think there's no denying that when somebody says something good about you, it really does carry a lot of weight. And that word of mouth has the ability to change your business. In this case, it allowed Ari and Louise to be able to do it full time, which is remarkable. And so do not sleep on faves. Do not sleep on recommendations. They are so vital in investing in your reputation. And so with that, we're going to move to the next part of the webinar, which is knowing that investing in your reputation isn't just a one-off action. It's something that you can do now at the beginning of the year and really go back to all year long. And so I want to leave you with some additional resources that are going to help kickstart growth for your business this year and beyond. And the first is our free business posts. So you've heard me mention this a few times now in a few examples throughout the webinar, and I just wanted to call it out again. With business posts, you'll be able to share business updates, stories, photos, recommendations like we've talked about. Your posts are a key tool to staying engaged with nearby customers, and they're shared with neighbors in your neighborhood, as well as those who have faved your business. So a few examples of how you can use business posts at the beginning of the year. Let's say you're a restaurant owner. Maybe you want to share a new menu or have an idea for a menu coming up later in the year. You can use your business post to get the word out about that and source feedback from neighbors who could weigh in, and that can make them feel invested and wanting to come back to get updates from your business. Also, if you're in the home services industry, maybe you're a cleaning company, you can use business posts to showcase some amazing before and after shots and get neighbors ready to start their year on a tidy note by booking your business and booking your services. There's just so many ways to use business posts. These are just some ideas to get your brain and your inspiration going. But continue to use them so that neighbors and potential customers are up to date and they're engaged. When you do this and when you engage actively with neighbors on Nextdoor, this really helps stay top of mind so that maybe they may not need your service right now at the beginning of the year, but if you're continually engaging with them, maybe come spring cleaning, they'll have you in mind. And then just wanted to call out, we are going to be releasing events, polls, and videos coming soon as part of the business post experience. And so be the first to access that by utilizing your post now, and look out for that coming out in the near future. Okay, so another way to invest in your reputation with Nextdoor is through our paid advertising tools. Ads let you reach neighbors beyond your immediate neighborhood. So business post is your immediate neighborhood. Ads let you target beyond that, and they allow you to promote your business. So whether you're sharing a special offer, a discount, ads help you attract new customers by really expanding your reach. And they're super easy, and trust me, you don't need any marketing experience to create one. So this is just another paid option for you to consider throughout the year as you begin to invest in your reputation. And so we have several other resources that you can reference all year long. And the first I want to call to your attention is our Help Center. This provides more tactical help. So if you find yourself with questions around how to use some of our business tools, go to the Help Center. And then we also have our small business blog. This is full of articles that cover general and seasonal marketing and business tips. And it's a really good place to find inspiration if you're ever feeling stumped on your marketing or just need a little juice of creativity. We have articles on our blogs that are full of ideas. And then for those of you who are in the US, we have a small business resource center. This has articles and videos that provide inspiration and tutorials for all of our business tools on Nextdoor. So make sure you are going to bookmark all of these links. Our team is dropping them into the chat if they haven't already. Save them, bookmark them, and make sure you're clicking on the one that corresponds to the region that you're in. The links are a little different for each country. Okay. So before we wrap up this webinar, I do want to go over how to claim your Nextdoor business page. So for those of you who don't currently have one, this one is for you. So to get started, you're going to first download the Nextdoor app or head to the Nextdoor website. Those links are different, slightly depending on what country you're in. So we're going to drop them into the chat and just make sure you're clicking on the one that is reflective of the country that you're in. And so there are two ways to claim your business page. The first way is to join Nextdoor by creating a neighbor account. And then once you have a neighbor account set up, you can add a business account to your profile by following the steps in the prompt. And then the second way is to simply claim your business page without creating a neighbor account. And again, you'll follow the steps after initiating that process. So we highly recommend that you join Nextdoor with a neighbor account first. This is absolutely not necessary, but highly recommended. This is going to give you insight into what neighbors are talking about and how you can add relevant content to your own marketing. It's just a great way to inform your own strategy so that you're covering topics that are top of mind for potential customers and you are staying relevant. So if you do create a neighbor and a business account, you'll be able to easily switch back and forth. Just reference the screen that I'm sharing, and you'll be able to see how you can do that from either the app or the desktop. And so, like I mentioned, you don't need to have a neighbor account to create a business account, although we do recommend it. But if you want to just have a business account without a neighbor account attached to it, you'll just head to nextdoor.com/business and then follow the steps to claim your page from there. So those are the 2 ways that you can claim your business page. My team, again, if they haven't already, they're going to drop a link in the chat that's going to take you to a more detailed article on how to claim your business page. So if you still find yourself with questions, you can always refer back to that article. So before we wrap this all up, I want to leave you with a quick recap. So over the last half hour, we went over how you can use Nextdoor to invest in your reputation, the beginning of the year, and then throughout the year and beyond. So the first thing you'll want to do is to make your business page stand out. To do that, you are going to share your business story, update your page seasonally, and then use high quality imagery. And then you'll also want to make sure that you're building buzz utilizing Nextdoor Faves and Recommendations. Make sure that you're sharing your business page and that you're asking customers to share your page, and then you're sharing their recommendations with business posts, posting on your social channels and on your website. And then don't forget, we have all of those resources available all year long. Use your business posts, share an ad, and then use our business blogs and help centers to just constantly find inspiration and answer any questions you may have. Those are tools that you can reference all year long, and they are free. So with that, I want to thank you so much. This is a wrap for me. Remember, we are going to send out a replay of the webinar and additional resources within the next 2 days. And please take a moment to fill out our survey. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Happy New Year. It is an uncertain time that we're going into, but I am wishing you all the best for yourselves and for your business. And I am hoping that this year is one that is full of growth for your business. So thank you again. Thank you so much for joining me, and stay tuned until next time.